Hello, myself Ayush Panar of class 11th A, and I will tell you about technology and society. Technology affects the way individuals communicate, learn, and think. Technology has both positive and negative effects on society, including the possible improvement of declination of society. Society is defined as the sum of social relationships among human beings, and technology is defined as the body of knowledge available to a civilization that is used in fashioning, implementing, practicing manual arts and skills, and extracting of collecting materials. Technology shapes our society and has both positive and negative effects. Some social issues are identity theft, cyberbullying, gaming addiction, privacy, health and fitness, education, terrorism and crime, communication breakdown, defamation of character. Some cultural changes are like technology has completely changed our culture from our values to our means of communication. Now, many people have trouble having a face to face conversation. Skype does not count. When people spend times with friends, it's on their phones, tablets, or computers also. Now people judge others by how techy their car is, or if they have the newest iPhone or tablet. Most people want to put their headphones in and listen to music rather than listening to another person. Video games isolates all things from the world. Most people prefer technology today just because that is all they know. Today, it's all about touchscreen cell phones. Technology just isolates people from reality. People nowadays don't know how to communicate in real world situations like personal relationships, problem solving, and exhibiting adult behaviors. Let's take the daily personal view here. Every time a notification pops up on our phone or computer, that's technology influencing culture. Every time we are at a table with our friends and interacting with our phone, that's technology influencing culture. Every time we can order something from an online vendor rather than going to a local store, that's technology influencing culture. Every time we log on to have some social time with friends rather than going over to their houses, that's technology influencing culture. Every time a teammate or our entire team is so buried under email that they can't think straight, that's technology influencing culture. Every time we go to a new place based on its Yelp profile and reviews, that's technology influencing culture. Every time one of us sits down and consume our nightly on demanded entertainment, that's technology influencing culture. Whenever an electronic device covers up its working life or becomes non-usable due to technological advancements or becomes non-functional, it is not used anymore and comes under the category of e-waste or electronic waste. As the technology is changing day by day, more and more electronic devices and becoming non-functional and turning into e-waste. Managing such non-functional electronic devices is termed as e-waste management. E-waste management can be defined as the practice and holistic approach and the founding pillar of cutting down waste from mother mother earth. It is reusing and recycling of e-waste which is no longer in use and can be sold from some of its components. We are on the verge of the technological breakthrough with the introduction of AI, and we need to dispose of toxic e-waste from our home before we pile up more and more e-waste. We are in dire need of introducing a customer awareness campaign because of lack of interest and knowledge regarding e-waste. Proper disposal of used electronic gadgets. E-waste is growing problem for us in India. As an 132 crore strong economy, we produce e-waste in large quantities. It is very important to dispose of waste in programmatic manner. Ways to dispose of e-waste: give back to our electronic companies and drop off points, visit civic institutions, donating our outdated technology, sell off your outdated technology, give your electronic waste to a certified e-waste recycler. Identity theft. Our When someone uses our identity or personal information such as our name or license or our unique ID number without our permission to commit a crime or fraud. Common ways how our identity can be stolen: data breaches, internet hacking, malware activity, credit card theft, mail theft, phishing and spam attacks, Wi-Fi hacking, mobile phone theft, ATM scammers. Common ways of our identity is used. Thieves open fraudulent credit card accounts in our name. Thieves use our credit cards or account numbers to make purchases. Thieves sells our personal information on the dark web, unique ID number, credit number and account information to commit credit fraud, medical fraud and more. Thieves file fraudulent taxes and or steal our tax refunds. Thieves know your account password, bank pin numbers or other passwords to access your computer. How to protect identity online. Protect our computer and smartphone with strong up-to-date security software. Learn to spot spam and scams. Use strong passwords. Monitor our credit scores. Freeze our credits. Only use reputable websites when making purchases. Steps immediate after identity theft. Contact our lender. Notify them on the fraud. If it's a credit card amount, freeze your card immediately, register an FIR with the police, follow up with the lender to ensure that the fraudulent transaction the fire FIR is removed. Biometrics. Biometrics is the science of analyzing physical and behavioral characteristics specific to each individual in order to be able to authenticate their identity. Psychological measurements. They can be either morphological or biological. These mainly consist of fingerprints, the shape of the hand, of the finger, vein pattern, the eye, and the shape of the face for morphological analysis. Behavioral measurements. The most common are voice recognition, signature dynamics, speed of movement of pen, accelerations, pressures exerted, inclinations, keystone dynamics, the way objects are used, gait, the sound of steps, gestures, etc. A unique identity (UID) is a numeric or alphanumeric string that is associated with a single entity within a given system. UIDs make it possible to address that entity so that it can be accessed and interacted with. Unique ID generations. An image processing tools like MATLAB is used for the conversion of fingerprints to unique ID in the form of QR code. The most important step is to identify a unique point in the fingerprint with which will serve as a reference point. All the other minute features will be calculated with this point as the origin, and hence the fingerprints of the same individual taken in different orientations will all produce the same ID. Core point of the fingerprints in is one such unique point. After finding the after finding the After finding the one point, the minute points are exactly by taking the core point as reference. There will be a large number of minute, but only a few minute which are absolutely unique for that particular fingerprint is needed to generate the unique ID. For this, only the minute which are inside a region of interest centered around the core point are taken. Unique ID, the reliability of biometrics. Biometric authentication relies on statistical algorithms. It therefore cannot be 100% reliable when used alone. False rejections or false acceptances. Multimodal biometric. For a number of years now, the use of several biometrics in combination, for example the face and the iris of the iris and fingerprints, has made it possible to reduce error rates considerably. How accurate is biometric? The technical change challenges of automatic recognition of individual based on their biological and behavioral characteristics are inherent into the transformations of analog to digital information that can be proceeded and compared matched with the effective algorithms. Gender issues. Preconceived notions like boys are better at technical and girls are good at humanities. Lack of interest, lack of motivation, lack of role models, lack of encouragement in class, not girl friendly work culture. Issues list above are not intentionally created, hence need a different type of handling. There should be more initiated program for girls to take computer subject. Film and TV censor board should ensure fair representation of female role models in TV or cinema. In practical room, they should be more helped and assisted. Disability issues, unavailability of teaching material aids, lack of special needs to teachers, lack of supporting curriculum. Possible solutions, enough teaching aids must be prepared for specially abled students, must employ special needs teachers. Curriculum should be designed with students with specifically able students in mind. Thank you.